your car?
Yeah. I was just driving towards the lights and we were about to stop, so we were going really slow, like a couple of k's an hour. Like, yeah, we're gonna stop any second. And then the car in front of me stopped, and I went to stop, but when I went to move my foot fully onto the brake, the accelerator was stuck between my jandal and my foot, and I couldn't get my foot over because my jandal was underneath. And then I just went crash up the back of the car in front of me.
Yeah.
And did that to my car that you can see with the bumper hanging off.
So if you were to like go back and analyse that situation, where do you think you went wrong?
I reckon that the person in front of me could have made the orange.
Yeah, that's true.
I reckon I probably could have been back a couple metres.
I was going to say, like, I'm going to throw it out here, go out on a limb. Could have been that you were wearing jandals and driving.
I haven't told my insurance company I was wearing jandals.
I don't know what the deal is with wearing jandals and driving, like, an automobile or heavy machinery, because there's nothing in the guidebook when you learn to drive. It's basically mainly like drugs, alcohol,
masturbation. That was one of my, don't do that while you drive. A lot of people do it. Truckies.
Do they?
Yeah, but yeah, those three things.
But it says nothing about wearing jandals or thongs or flip-flops or whatever you want to call them.
There's a lot about texting.
Texting, they're all about texting. There's never been like an advertisement push from the government or the New Zealand Transport Agency, NZTA, about wearing jandals and driving, because it's got to be a big thing, especially in summer, because we're a nation of jandal wearers.
Yeah. They tell us to wear jandals. Go out, wear your jandals and do something new, New Zealand.
Protect your feet and wear your jandals.
I was wearing it. I think I've almost falsely led into wearing jandals in the car, actually. It's their fault.
You think so?
Well, I don't know. I'm looking for an excuse because I've done about $2,500 of damage.
That's quite a lot.
Yeah.
You'd think, like, with a lot of people, common sense is something that, most of us use, clearly not you.
Yeah.
But it's something that we use to our benefit, and it's something that I feel that the New Zealand Transport Agency or the government are kind of giving us too much rope,
So you think they should make that illegal?
I think they need to do something. They need to make a push because, they're micromanaging our lives as it is.
Yeah.
So, if they want to be full-blown micromanagers, they got to do it properly.
Ban jandals in cars.
Ban jandals in cars.
It is quite hard, and it does get stuck all the time, and this has happened to me probably 50 times. I'm just unlucky that I crashed this time. Like, I've had heaps of close calls.
Yeah, we all have wearing jandals.
Yeah.
But, like, I've decided not to wear them. I only wear jandals now in situations where they're required. Like, like if it's, like, a hot day and I need to wear them at the beach, or, like, if I'm, like, mowing the lawns or using heavy machinery.
Yeah.
I wouldn't use them in a car, though.
At a urinal?
At a urinal, yeah, to protect my feet from germs.
Yeah.
But yeah, especially when I'm mowing lawns, like, some people say wear safety shoes or safety boots or anything like that.
Yep.
But if have you seen a lawnmower?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah, you know
actually.
how they operate. They look like a blade in them. They
Underneath.
move very fast, which cuts the grass.
Yeah.
And so if you get your foot under a lawnmower on that blade, it's gonna chop it.
It's gonna cut
And
your
my whole
foot.
theory is like, your foot's gonna get chopped off anyway, even if you're wearing a shoe. Like,
It'll go through a shoe.
there's no shoes that can like,
maybe like steel
blade
cap
proof
boots.
Maybe steel cap boots. No one's mowing their lawns with steel
No, I
cap
haven't
boots.
seen anyone do that.
But like, my thing is, like, if I'm going to get my foot cut off, I want it clean. I want a clean chop. I don't want to be like, be wearing some Chuck Taylors or something and have like bits of canvas stuck in the wound.
Yeah.
And the doctors have got to go out there and it takes a surgery, a couple of hours longer for them to get all the bits of like rubber and canvas out of the wound.
And then when you've got your disabled foot and you're out and about in years to come, it's just a nice clean line rather than a half mangled because it went through the shoe a little bit, then went back up the tore a little bit,
Yeah,
It wasn't just able
exactly.
to cut through like a samurai.
Yeah, it's not like mushing your
It would
foot
look
or
way
your
uglier.
toes and stuff like that. And I get it, like wearing a shoe, like if you cut your toes off and they're like probably kept in the shoe there. But I'm not trusting wearing shoes.
That's
I'd rather a clean cut, just chop it right off.
Yeah.
You know?
Like you say, there's ugly deformities and there's nice deformities. And if you want not a deformity, have a nice one.
Mm.
Well, I have crashed my car wearing jandals, and I'll take your advice.
But here we are, another podcast.
It's a pain in the ass. And I haven't told my insurance company that yet, so
Yeah,
they don't watch this, though. This is only popular in Uruguay.
it is. That's right. We are popular in Uruguay. And I'd like to
Is that how
start
it's
off the
pronounced?
podcast. Uruguay? No, there's Uruguay and Paraguay.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know the difference. I'm pretty sure they're in South America. So we are big in South America at the moment. 52nd, I think it was, on the Uruguay.
Uruguayan.
Potato. But anyway, we're number 52nd on their sports podcasting, Apple Sports Podcasts.
Oh, well, thank you
Yeah.
to everyone in Uruguay.
Yeah, thank you to the Uruguays.
Uruguay.
And I never thought we'd reach there, to be honest.
Do we need to say thank you to the Paraguays too?
I think we should say thank you to the Paraguayans because they are the sister country of Uruguay.
Okay.
So I'd like to say a shout out to all South Americans who listen to this podcast.
Hard.
I mean, it's crazy. We're in a shed in South Auckland, West Auckland?
West Auckland.
In West Auckland at the moment. We're not in Raglan. I come up to do this podcast. It's a lot of travel involved. But like
You don't
I
have
never.
the internet in Raglan yet.
No, we don't have it yet, so I have to move. But it's crazy to think that people on the other side of the world in different parts of New Zealand listen to this podcast.
Napier? So it was like 5 or 6 people in Napier.
I'd really hope no one in Napier listens to this.
Yeah, any East Coasters actually.
Yeah, but big shout out to the South Americans. Good to have you on board for the show. And
Your countries look lovely, actually.
We've
I've
also
seen
got,
them on the news. I know that they had Carnival somewhere over there, but it wasn't the big one.
That's Brazil.
Yeah, it wasn't the big one. There was another one in like Uruguay and Paraguay.
Yeah, no, I think everyone partakes in a carnival of their own.
Someone
different
had one
varieties.
on the weekend.
Someone had a carnival. But yeah, we've got listeners all over the world. Australia, the Maldives,
Norfolk
Australia.
Island.
No, Norfolk Island. Hawaii. We've got people in Hawaii.
Really?
Yeah, Hawaii. That's like the epicenter of surfing. So that's pretty cool that there are people from Hawaii that would listen to this podcast.
It's an honour to have people from Hawaii because they started this surfing.
They
trend.
started this whole thing. It was like they snowballed it, and now here we are doing this like very loosely podcast related, surfing related. Sorry, podcast related. Yeah, surfing related podcast. So I'd like to thank all the Hawaiians, and I'd like to thank Hawaii just in general for putting on a fucking brilliant show over the last week.
That's a great good time to launch into the podcast because at the top of the agenda here it says This Week in Pro Surfing.
This Week in Pro Surfing, and what a week we've had. What a week.
It was surfing dreams are made. That's what dreams are made of. When you're lying in bed when you're 12 and you're like, oh, no, I'd love to get like a barrel and do that cool surfing. That's what they did this week.
They did that. There was like they were all in bed, all dreaming, all in bed together, and all having the same dream, just dreaming in bed, just like, or not even like that, or like you're at school and you're drawing waves on your school book, and then it's just like, oh, here's me getting like in Hawaii, at the pipeline,
looking real carved in your cool board shorts.
Yeah, and they did that, like the whole world tour, men's and women's.
Oh yeah, what happened with the women's?
The women's put on a show.
Who won that in the end?
The women put it. Moana, her name is. We went through it last podcast.
She
Moana.
won that.
Yep, and was she not from the film with
not
the Rock
Johnson?
Johnson?
So it's not that little girl from the film.
No. Moana.
Real
Moana,
life, not animated.
Moana Wong, I think her name is.
Is she from Hawaii?
She's Hawaiian, local Hawaiian. She absolutely charged. She took off behind the peak at Pipeline, big pipe.
Yep.
And she just kind of outclassed all the other ladies out there.
So behind the peak, you're deeper, you're closer to the foam ball, much trickier, very little room in the pipe there.
Well, if you look at the bonsai pipeline, it comes up in peaks, right? Because you've got on one side you've got the left-hander, which is pipeline.
Best way.
On the other side is the right-hander, called backdoor.
Yeah.
And so the idea is you want to take off behind the peak and backdoor. Well, this is where it gets confusing. You want to backdoor the section of wave to go pipeline, even though you don't want to go backdoor, but you want to go backdoor. And backdoor is another term, right?
Yes.
So anal sex, but also taken off behind a peaking wave, and just I'll just try and just demonstrate it here, and just taken off behind the wave and coming through a section.
So no matter whatever you're into, you want to go left or right. Start at the back door.
Start at the back door. You start from behind. You come hard in from behind and then cut through the back door. And so ideally that's what you want to be doing at pipeline to get deep, just deep in that hole, is come through. Either if you're going left or right, it doesn't matter. So that's what people were doing, and that's how they were getting the big scores at the Bonsai Pipeline Masters.
That's what she did.
I wasn't the Pipeline Masters. So that's what she did, and she did it better than anyone else at the event.
Wow, no, she didn't. Because there was one man who did it better than anyone.
Well, they weren't competing, but yeah, his
waves were still better than hers.
His waves were better. Yeah.
My dog's tapping on the door. Shut up, Wolf.
Fucking pain in the ass, that dog. We need to do something about that.
Kelly Slater.
Kelly
he won
Slater.
the men's. That's what we're here to focus about on the men.
I didn't want to dedicate an entire podcast to Kelly Slater because I feel like he has had his penis sucked like for the last week or so since he's accomplished that feat. Metaphorically sucked. I can't say literally it's happened. I mean, it probably has.
Well, because he's openly said he likes backdoor, so maybe.
Well, he loves it. But anyway, we will talk about Kelly Slater because what he accomplished at the age of damn near 50 years old. I'm pretty sure it's his 50th birthday around now, maybe in a couple of days' time.
Yeah.
What he did, regardless of age, that was a fucking phenomenal performance.
Well, you got to take his age in, though, because he's done it now. He's got 11 titles. How many times has he won Pipeline? 6
Eight. That was his 8th time.
He is 50, and he's just ripping everyone apart still.
Yep.
72 kilos, bald. Just awesome.
You got any other stats about his physicality?
175
blue eyes. Have you seen his
tall.
eyes?
Yeah.
Have you looked into his eyes?
It's like he's on.
They're like this t-shirt.
T-shirt. Beautiful crystal blue.
He's a beautiful man.
He slept with Pamela Anderson.
He did?
A number of times.
He's achieved so much in his career, though. Like, 92 was the first time he won the Pipeline Masters, right?
Mm-hmm.
And now we're 2022. That's 30 years later. He spanned through four different decades, right? And someone hit me up about this yesterday, and they were saying, how is it 4 decades when it's only been 30 years? Well, it's obviously 90s, 2000s, 2010s, 2020s.
Early 220s.
Yeah, so that spans 4
decades.
4 decades, right? Even though it's 30 years. But, I mean, to accomplish that, 30 years. 30 years!
Yeah. And
30 years!
Yeah. And what he's done is he's just stayed so healthy the whole time. And I've noticed in a couple of notes in your agenda, you really want to get into men's health.
Well, I wanted to because, I feel like his success has really kind of brought that to the forefront, or the fore. And what he has been able to achieve and the longevity, the way he's been able to sustain his performance for so long is because he's a fucking healthy dude.
So you're a really good surfer.
I am,
You're in your late 30s, so you've still got time to come back, man, and compete and win big things.
Well, I don't know what I'm coming back from because I'm still on top.
Oh, yeah, true.
You're not on top, but I feel like I've only really started to reach my peak recently.
Okay.
I won my first event only 3 years ago, maybe.
Fair enough.
Yeah, 2 or 3 years ago.
Yep.
I went back to back. I won, back to back years of the same event. So,
was that
I mean,
for
for me,
the controversy with Billy Stearman?
Yeah. There was a little bit of controversy.
Yeah.
But I should have won probably 4 events in a row, to tell you the honest truth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that blind judges again?
Blind judges. Yeah, I have an issue with the blind judges. But yeah, it's something that I've been looking into recently is, trying to be a more healthier man. Or not even just a man, just a person,
Healthier body.
Yeah, just be healthier in general.
Healthier mind, healthier living being.
Yeah, and I've looked into it, and it looks fucking hard, to be honest.
Yeah. You've got
really
to have
difficult.
a lot of structure around your life. You've got to have routine, and you've got to have discipline.
You've got to have discipline. From what I've heard, a lot of it is discipline.
So what are you taking on? What are your steps? What are your advice? What's your advice around here?
Well,
should you break it down? Men's health it's quite a wide-ranging.
Well, let's break it down, all right? So to be healthy and to be a man, what do you have to have?
Well, to be healthy, you just need to be breathing and heart beating and blood, And to be a man, I guess you gotta feel it on the inside, because you can have a cock and balls now and not be a man.
That's true.
So
It is a state of mind.
it's a state of mind. So it's all inside. So you need the heart beating, the lungs going, and the side of your mind to say, I think I'm a guy.
All right, so let's narrow that down a little bit because you've gone very fucking broad.
So you go a step further. Yeah,
yeah,
sure.
So I'm going to say, okay, what does it take to be healthy? I guess it's whatever you're happy with, right?
Oh, yeah.
And just you've got to be honest with yourself. Are you happy with your health? Are you happy with your health?
Oh, I'd like to lose 5 kilos.
Okay.
But I'm pretty happy.
Yeah. But you've got a goal.
Goal.
You recognise that you're not at your peak physical form right now.
I got little titties and a little veranda on my belly that hangs over my belt.
Yep. I'm in exactly the same boat, I'd like to lose... I'm 108 now. I'd like to get down to 100.
Yeah.
So I guess it's accepting who you are and where you're at physically, and then putting some steps in place to achieve your goals.
So some of that would be around nutrition, heavily.
I'd say nutrition would be up there.
I like to eat anything I can, and things that are baked and grilled and soaked in oil.
So delicious food. Yeah.
So that's out.
Yep. Okay. So cross that off the list. No more food.
Well, no, just not going to try. I'm not prepared to.
Oh, you don't want to give that up?
No, I want to have to eat like a rabbit.
Yeah. No, that's fair enough. But that's where we can move on to the next side of things, because if you're not happy with making exceptions and changing your diet, there's still other ways that you can achieve health and get down to that target.
Well, before we leave nutrition, then, well, what's your diet? What do you eat?
Well, I love food, right? And I love food that's high in calories.
Same.
Yeah. So what I've started to do is I've implemented a calorie counting strategy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what I do is I count all the food, count the intake, and then add up all the calories.
Yeah. So you got a goal? You want to eat like so many calories a day? Or you want to limit it to so many calories a day?
Well, at this stage, I'm just because I talked to someone the other day. They were just like, they'd lost heaps of weight, and they're just like, I'm counting my calories, and I was just like, fucking sweet, I can do that. So the last week I've been counting my calories.
How many are you up to?
Oh, fuckloads, a lot, a lot of calories.
10,000 calories.
But it's not about that. It's more about just understanding your intake and counting the calories. Just counting them, just so I know what my intake is per day. And I've been doing it. I've been counting my calories, and so far I haven't lost anything yet. I've actually, I've gained a few kgs, to be honest. So I'm not sure if the calorie counting is doing a lot.
I think you're onto something, and there's science in what you're saying that supports it. If you're trying to lose weight or give up anything, you need to know where you're at first.
Exactly, yeah.
Because if you're trying to give up marijuana, for example, and I've had a lot of advice on this, you don't go cold turkey. You should micromanage your way out of it. So you sort of have to work out what's your consumption. Is it 1 joint, 2 joints, 6 joints a day? And then start pulling it back. So you're just trying to
That's fucking dangerous, man. They say that you can die if you just go cold turkey on marijuanas.
Yeah, see, I'm not doing that.
No.
So you're trying to work out, where is it 2,000, 3,000, 4,000? So you've worked it out. You have a shitload of calories a day.
Yeah,
and now you can just try to pull it back a little bit. Don't go cold turkey. Don't be a rabbit. Just knock it off a little bit off the top of what you're doing.
Well, like the people I've talked to, they didn't say anything about. They just said count your calories.
Yeah, but I think you're supposed to then measure them and spread them out, and not try and get as many as you can, because that's what tits are. Tits are made of calories.
So you're saying that
ask any woman.
You're saying that once I've counted the calories, then I actually need to
try and have less than that.
To have less calories.
Yeah. So if today you had 3,000, tomorrow try and have 2,700.
They're just fucking... The thing I don't understand about calories is what they actually are at all,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Can't see them in the food.
Yeah.
But I think... like chicken and lettuce. I don't ask for calories. It's inside the things.
Yeah, it's there somewhere, but it exists. So, yeah, I've been counting calories. So far, it hasn't been working, but I'm going to keep going. Yep. I'm going to keep counting them until I start losing weight.
Yep.
But then the next thing I think that we should look at is exercise. Exercise. But you shouldn't be gutted about it, because exercise is something that we can all enjoy.
Yeah.
Like, what do you enjoy doing that is
Exercising.
exercise?
I enjoy playing basketball. I enjoy surfing. I enjoy playing games or doing sport. I don't like going to the fucking gym.
Nah, no one likes going to the gym, apart from idiots.
But it works.
Does it, though?
Well, they all look fit. The guys that go to the gym get all the chicks. You know, the guys with dad bods just end up married and depressed.
Do they really? I don't think that's true at all.
Look at me, man.
I don't know anyone who goes to the gym that's a cool person.
That's fair.
You name 3.
Probably like Kelly Slater. Did he go to the gym?
Oh, I fucking doubt it, man. See, that's the thing where surfing is the best kind of exercise that there is, right? There's all these people that think you need to do cross-training and, do this, that, and the other, do Pilates, yoga, all this shit. You don't. I think you just need to go surfing.
It is
surfing.
the best kind, eh?
It is. It's the best kind of exercise. It does. You've got your cardiovasculars,
yep.
And then you've got your
arms, upper body,
arm. You got your arm.
Your back,
got legs.
When's your legs? Oh, because you give your turns. That's huge power in your legs.
It's everything. It's got everything that you could ever need.
Squatting.
I don't understand why anyone would want to go to the gym when you're basically. The ocean is its own gym.
The ocean is a gym, and you get a full body workout, and you get to go surfing because it's fun.
Yeah,
and it's fun.
So where have we got here? We've got.
So we've count your calories.
Yeah.
Try and have less. Go surfing.
Yeah,
that's the first way to get like Kelly Slater.
Yeah. And then I think the next would be for men's health would be mental health.
Fuck, that's a whole other kettle of fish.
Yeah. That's hard because it's a hard one. I feel like it's a hot topic at the moment because people are realizing that they do have brains. They've got brains, and that mental health is an actual thing. And for me personally, I just put mental health down to being happy. I find it's very basic.
Mental health, try and just be happy.
Just be happy. For you, like what makes you happy?
Just friends and family, really.
Yeah,
that's all. Pretty basic, dude. So as long as I've got those around me, I'm normally pretty good. I hate going to work.
Yeah.
I hate doing all that shit. That fucking doesn't make me. But you gotta go.
Yeah, I guess you do have to make some kind of sacrifice. But not for your mental health.
No.
Yeah.
So just try and do the things that you like doing that make you happy. Do more of them than the other things. The things that you don't like, find out what they are. Don't do them.
Yeah, don't do them. Don't ever do them.
What are the things you don't want to do? Rollerblading?
The main things that I don't like doing. Let's talk about the things that I like doing. The things that make me happy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mental health.
Things that the things that make me happy. Eating foods that are high in calories.
Yeah.
And not doing exercise. So it's
alcohol.
That makes me happy. But I think those main two things, foods that are high in calories and not doing exercise. So that's where I've kind of, hit a bit of a conundrum here with the whole health thing. It's
What about sexual health then? If you can get a good sexual lifestyle, does that help your mental health, your physical health? You can maybe bring that into your exercise. That's hard to do though because it's expensive. A good sexual health.
Oh, it is. Yeah, sexual health is expensive.
Costs about $160 a week. So probably just steer clear of that because you have to have a good paying job.
Yeah. I'm steering away from that. But no, was there any other kind of forms of health? Well, oral hygiene. I think just standard hygiene. There's a lot of grubby fuckers out there. People who don't like wash. And
there's basically 5 things on your body you have to wash. It's your sort of your armpits, your bum hole, your genitals, and your face. Because your back, and that's just you focus on them. Clean on your mouth. So 6.
Yeah, brush your teeth.
Yeah. So not even your face, just your teeth. So those 5 things, they're the parts that like stink and smell and sweat and grow cheese and.
Hey, wait! I'm gonna cut you off here because what I've realised is that. I don't feel like we are the right people to be talking about men's health at all. To be honest with you.
Yeah, but we're not.
I don't know why. I don't know why I thought this was a good idea. I guess because men's health is like it's a hot topic, and we're men.
Maybe we need to listen to a podcast about men's health.
Oh, fuck no. Nah.
Fuck that, eh? That would be
Nah.
so fucking boring.
Oh, my God,
They
it'd
would
be
just talk
boring.
shit.
Because
about-
I've honestly, like, in this last 10 minutes, we've been talking about Men's Health. It's fucking mind-numbingly boring.
Yeah, it's got
Yeah.
painful, eh?
It's punishing, to tell you the truth.
So, to get like Kelly Slater, don't worry about your health. Just fucking, you're not going to be like him.
Well, you're not. You're not. He's this beacon of hope for all these old fucks, and I don't get why it is. You know, because they're not going to achieve that greatness. It doesn't matter if you go on a diet or like count your calories or go to the gym, whatever the fuck it is. You ain't going to be no Kelly Slater.
Could we aspire to be like a pro woman? Because you know they're good.
No,
but-
we can't even aspire to be a pro woman.
Okay.
Like we're on the wrong side of 30, and we're not athletes. You
This
know,
is
we're
probably
not
one-
athletes.
It's probably one of the most depressing podcasts on the market.
Nah,
at
it's
the
not.
moment.
It's not depressing, mate. This is just fucking reality, all right?
Reality,
We've got to
okay.
deal with it just like anyone else in our position.
Mm.
We can't look at someone like Kelly Slater, who is just an anomaly. He's probably the greatest athlete of all time. And think, oh shit, he's 50 years old. Wonder what I can do when I'm fucking. You ain't gonna do shit. You're not gonna achieve anything. To be honest. Are you Kelly Slater? You fucking not. You ain't doing shit.
You'd need to
That's
have
basically
been
what it comes
20
down to.
You'd need to have been 2 decades deep by now.
Yeah,
To
yeah,
be
pretty
still
much.
achieving at that.
Yeah, because if we think about it, he won the Pipe Masters 30 years ago. He's the youngest world champion of all time, most WCT victories. Most people haven't even won 3 WCTs. So, I mean, if you look at it that way, if you haven't already won a couple of World Championship Tour events or fucked a supermodel like Pamela Anderson, then it's not going to work out for you now. So, I mean, throw in the towel. Men's Health, I mean, it's good, but, like, don't set the bar too high. Keep it low. Drink beer. And just enjoy your life. Mental health is something that you can work towards that.
And we don't obviously know how to talk about
We
that.
don't know how to talk about
So-
that. So this is I mean, you're barking up the wrong tree. Listen to the wrong podcast for that sort of shit.
Well, that's good advice.
But yeah, I mean, it was good that we got there. We got there in the
Mm.
end. We thought, hey, we'll give it a go. We'll try and do this men's health thing. Turns out neither of us know anything about it.
Yeah, just wash your balls, clean your mouth,
Clean testicles.
go to fucking work.
Yeah, I
Look
fucking
after
I
your
love.
kids.
I
Look
lo-
after your kids is the main one. Too many blokes are out there just fucking around not looking after the kids.
yeah,
Get a kid, man.
I'm lucky. I don't have any. I'd hate looking after kids. It looks
Oh,
way
they're
too
a
hard.
Pain in the ass, man. They ruin your surfing. Well,
I-
Kelly Slater's got a kid.
Yeah, I should honestly just count the calories of this beer though. It would be good to know how many.
A beer's probably got like 300.
I did count
You had
actually.
half a beer.
I did
It's only a
count
small glass.
earlier. I did count earlier, and I think for a can, 330ml can was about 140 calories.
I'll say it's 70.
I still don't know what a calorie is though, so I mean that's completely irrelevant to me.
Is it named after someone like Kelly? Calorie.
Calor, yeah,
Valerie.
yeah.
She got it. She got it. She was the first one to find them. She's fat.
Mm.
Okay. Well, there's been some listeners' questions that have come in because you did sort of start this off as a men's health thing. So there's been some men's health questions come in.
Yeah, I know, because I said, hey, has anyone got any men's health questions? Thinking I knew.
Back when it was a good idea.
Yeah, back when it was a good idea. When I thought I knew about men's health. Clearly, obviously we've got to this point. I don't.
Oh, do you want me to ask you them? So
We'll go through them. We'll go through them.
Dad pods. It was about the health again, Matt. Dad's pods. Do you have a dad bod when you don't have any kids? Or are you just
No,
fat?
that wasn't it. That
What was the
wasn't the
question?
question. Hold on, I'll bring it up, shall
Yeah, ask them specifically as they were, because I'm just sort of paraphrasing.
I? Here we go. I've actually got an offer. Just a little side note. I got an offer on that that NFT that I made.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
hold on. You did surf skating.
Yeah.
At the end of the surfboard, at the end of the video, the skateboard, you've set it on fire. You've filmed.
That wasn't at the end of the video. This is the NFT that I created yesterday, right?
I don't know what an
Yeah.
NFT is.
An NFT is it's an internet scam. Anyway, in picture form. But I created a picture or moving image of the skateboard that I used in the surf skating video, right? And we talked about this last podcast.
Yeah.
I said that I was going to take
Sell it
that
of some
and
sort.
sell it as an NFT. And so that's what I've tried to do. And so I've lit it on fire and filmed it. And now I've put it on the internet as an NFT, and I'm trying to sell it for $3,000, which I think is pretty reasonable.
And how are you going?
Well, I just got an offer. It brings me to this. I've just got an offer for 0.008 Ethereum, and I was looking for 1 Ethereum. So that's
What's an Ethereum?
quite a lot less.
What's Ethereum?
Oh, it's internet money, you know?
Crypto.
Yeah, crypto internet money. So someone's come along and offered me that, and I mean that's pretty good. That's either that could be $5 or it could be $500 depending on how the market is at the moment. But I don't think I might accept that. We'll see how I go.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're going to sell that burning flame? It's on the market if you want to go
Yeah.
look at it.
So it's on the market. If anyone's
NFTs.
in the need for like a burning skateboard NFT, I've got one. It's kind of like I kind of created it because I wanted something that encapsulated the current climate that we're in. You know, like not the physical climate. No, not the physical climate, but something that encapsulated the world climate. You know, where we're at socially and economically, and I juxtaposed that with the reality of the hope that we're all holding on to, metaphorically. And then I guess it was kind of like a little bit of an homage to 1960s spirituality of you know it's like it's just art, you know. You probably wouldn't know, you probably wouldn't understand.
Well, you kind of didn't say anything there, so I was just trying to work out what you said.
Fuck, man. See, I want to be an artist. But anyway, what was I saying? No, I was going to get that question.
Yeah.
So the question was, is dad bod okay?
Oh, well,
is dad bod okay?
I said that. I said, is dad bod's okay?
No, you it was like
Elaborated.
you had an answer to the question. Is dad bod okay? I think a dad bod is perfectly fine if you're a dad.
Yeah.
But if you're not a dad and you have a dad bod, then you're just fat.
Yeah, you just need to go lose some weight. Okay. So I've got a dad bod. What have you got?
You're fine because you're a dad. So a little bit chunk, a little bit tub around there, that's fine for you because you're a dad. But for me, I'm childless.
Yeah.
So if I get a little bit tub, like that's what's happened to me, right? I'm getting a little bit tub, and I'm not a father, so I'm turning into a fat person.
Yeah.
But so like I mean, either I could lose this weight, or I could have unprotected sex. So I've got two options, right?
Good point.
Yeah.
Why don't you do both?
Nah. I think I'll just lose the weight. It's probably financially better because then I'm eating less food and then I'm spending less money on raising a child. So
what about if you're fat? Well, is there a limit to a dad bod? So like when do you become a fat man even when you got kids, or is it always a dad's bod?
I don't know. We need to draw a line in the sand, I think. Like there has to be
like 20%
some sort
body
of
fat or something.
Yeah, there has to be some sort of BMI or something like that where you can differentiate a body, a dad bod, from just someone who's fat.
So I'm just going to do that by the eye because I don't have a scientific calculator or any of that shit to like work out someone's percentages and BMI.
Oh, it's hard. Well,
so
that's
by the eye.
Yeah.
If they look fat but they've still got kids, you know when it's a dad bod because it sort of focuses around the boobs and belly. A dad bod too. They've got smaller asses. Fat people have big asses. Maybe that's where you tell.
This sounds a little bit subjective, though.
Well, it's just trying to be honest.
Yeah. I guess if you look at a dad bod, you're like, that guy's got a dad bod.
Yeah.
And if you look at someone who's just a fat person, you're like, that person's a fat person. Yeah. But I think it's a nice way of, you know, bringing up the topic of someone's weight without calling them fat. You know, without being like, say, oh, you got a dad bod. It's kind of a cute way of saying you're fat and lazy, you know?
Yeah. No, it's nice.
So, I mean, to answer that question, I think dad bods are fine. You just need to know where to draw the line.
And you've got to have kids.
And you have to have children.
Okay, what else is there?
We had another question. This one, it's a little bit crass, but I mean, because we were going through a men's health episode, I thought...
Still sticks, yeah.
Yeah, we'll go with it. What's the best way to take a midnight piss with an erection?
Oh, yeah, it's always a conundrum. I like to lie down across the toilet so that I'm sort of balancing on it like a surfboard, just wraps around my hips. Takes a lot of core strength, but you can just sort of point your cock down into there.
Yeah. I have a couple of different methods. I either hunch over the bowl and almost turn myself like into like, you know, you have
fold
to
in half.
Almost fold in half, and you got to be like quite flexible to do this.
Your face would be quite close to your erection by that stage.
No, like my face is like on the other side of the bowl,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
So it's similar to
Similar
how
to me.
you're planking right
Yeah.
on the toilet bowl. I'm kind of like doing a teepee over the top of the
Yeah,
bowl,
yeah,
right?
hands to yoga, like a yoga
Yeah, like a
pose.
yoga pose, like
Yeah.
downward dog in yoga. So like one side of me is on one side of the toilet bowl, and then my legs on the other side of the toilet bowl,
Wow.
and then my dangus is like pointing directly down into the toilet bowl. So it's just straight power stream straight
Yeah.
into the
And
middle.
you don't get any urine on yourself like that.
I'm covered in urine afterwards, but like less so, you
Yeah.
know, because I've tried both ways.
Yeah.
Either that or you just go and piss in the shower.
Standing in the shower, turn the shower on.
Stand in the
and
shower. You
people
don't have to
erection.
turn it on because someone will eventually turn it on.
That's true.
Yeah,
Especially if it's your shower.
yeah. And then another one, also crass, but I feel like this is actually a very legitimate question. Someone asked, how many shits should I take in the bushes before each surf? Can this improve my surfing?
Well, that's a funny question. How many? How many you got lined up? Just get rid of what you got.
Are we talking per session, like per shit session, or per nugget? Because I mean, I don't condone people just shitting in the bushes because that's pretty.
It's very like backpacker.
It's very German backpackery, and that's
Mm.
what we're trying to eradicate in Raglan at the moment. But I think unloading your bowels before a surf is fucking extremely important. Like you never want to go backed up before you go into the ocean. It's not good. Like I've had
Unless
so.
you're not on a widdy and you can do an aqua dump.
Yeah, unless you can. Yeah, well, you can do that. Aqua dumps, they're pretty popular. Actually, yeah, I've been traumatized by a couple of aqua poos, but
Yeah, paddling out. A
Yeah.
big brown floater goes past you.
yeah. Or then when you do one, and you know, they always seem to
They
chase you.
follow,
They
bro.
follow you.
It's like a little tracking missile.
Yeah.
There's some sort of current you create when you swim off.
I think what it is, right, is you do your business, and then when you go back down in the water, it creates a vacuum, kind of that.
Vortex.
Like a vortex, like a, what do they call it? Like a whirlpool kind of effect, which then sucks the poo towards you.
And then you get stuck with it.
Yeah, and
That's
then you
obvious.
get stuck with it. But yeah, I reckon you need to just be comfortable with how much fecal matter you have in your bowels before you go surfing. Like personally, like if I even slightly need to take a shit before going for a surf, I'm gonna do it. Because I don't want to get out there and then to that just back up even more while I'm out there mid-surf, especially if you're in a wetsuit, can't do an aquaturd. If you're mid-surf and then you're just getting backed up, it's extremely uncomfortable. And it will really hinder your performance out there on a surfboard, especially if you're on like a thruster. If you're on a longboard or whatever, or a sup or whatever, like it doesn't really matter. Like most of those people are full of
Yeah.
shit anyway.
Yeah.
So, you know, you can get away with it on those things.
Bodyboarding?
Bodyboarding? I mean, we don't really need to
Don't-
talk
don't.
about bodyboarders. No.
Okay.
Yeah. So just play it by ear, but just make sure that you take as much shit out of your body
Just get
before
rid
you go
of it all.
surfing as you can.
Yeah.
Get rid of it all.
How many-
But unless
how
you're on
many?
unless you're on a
Yeah.
longboard or a stand-up paddleboard, because you can just have as much shit you could in your body
It
as
won't
you want.
affect you
It
anyway.
won't affect you. You're full of shit anyway.
Mm.
But and then I think our last viewer question was gnarliest thing that has happened on a surf trip overseas.
To you.
Well, probably not to you. I don't think you've ever been on a surf trip
I went to
overseas.
Indonesia. Went to Sumbawa.
Did you actually go surfing though?
Yeah. Lakey Peak.
Ah.
Surfed that there, the left there.
See,
only
I
went
should-
left.
I should never assume that you hadn't been on an overseas surf trip. I just thought
Been
you were
on
such
two.
a fucking novice that maybe you hadn't.
Oh, I was shit. I was
Mm.
fucking terrible. I couldn't get out. We went to Lakey Pipe, and that's a fucking reef break. We can go around the side. Couldn't get out. But
Jeez, that's a good wave though.
yeah,
Can't wait
lots
to
of
go
fun.
back there.
Lots of lefts. But yeah, didn't go anywhere with any rights. No point.
We'll be able to go back there soon, actually, with our
October 22nd, man.
October 22nd, is it?
Because then we can come back without quarantining.
Yeah. Well, I actually wanted to bring something up. I'm just going to like move away from this question for a second here.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking about going to Australia.
Why the fuck would you do that?
Well, I want to make my WSL debut.
Do you?
Yep. At the what was that, a plane?
Hope
Yeah.
that doesn't fucking crash into a.
Yeah. Don't worry. Just let me keep on.
That was an army
sub-
plane.
No. Stop talking. No, because I want to have my WSL debut at the Tweed River Pro. I think it's called.
Is it a real one?
Yeah. It's a real contest. Real one.
When?
I think it's like 22nd of March, something like that, over
How
on
do
the
you
Gold
qualify?
Coast.
Or do you just pay?
Well, I mean, I'm not gonna go in the contest.
Oh, you're
I'm just gonna
tour.
go loiter around and try and get like some autographs and shit from the pro surfers.
Oh, so you're gonna make your WSL debut spectator?
As a spectator, yes, because I hadn't really been to any WSL events before, so I thought, fuck it, like the travel bubble's open, we can actually travel again.
Yeah, we can go to Aussie.
Yeah, we can go to Australia. So I thought, fuck it, I'm going over. I'm gonna, burst my virginity bubble for the WSL events and that, and I'm gonna go over there and I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna take like
You're gonna lose your virginity over there.
no, yeah, you get off topic. I'm gonna take a T-shirt, like a white T-shirt or something. Maybe just get all the pros to like sign my T-shirt and stuff, and just like really just like fanboy out,
Like, not enjoy the moment, just film it on your phone.
Yeah, I'll just try and capture as much as I can on my telephone. Not even really try to, create any kind of new relationships or friendships or anything like that. Nah, I just want to go over there, just, take photos with people,
And
like selfies and shit like that.
Where's Tweed River?
Coolangatta, Gold Coast.
Coolangatta.
Yeah. So if anyone's got like a couch or like what are they called? A suite,
A
an
place to
Airbnb,
stay?
a
Just a
place to stay. I'll take a lawn. I can camp. I'll bring a tent.
You
Yeah.
won't bring a tent. He won't bring a tent.
No, I
You have
don't want
provide the
to.
tent.
I don't want, provide a tent, preferably.
Well,
but
that's interesting.
yeah, so I'm thinking about doing that.
Maybe
next
you
month.
could like be the first ever pitch invader, like paddle out.
Nah, because that's just being a horrible cunt.
But then
I don't want to do that.
you'll make your WSL debut.
Yeah, but that's
What if you
just
paddled out and just caught one?
nah. That's
Someone
just
will give you a hiding.
that's just a dick move. You haven't been to many surf comps, eh?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah.
I've been to maybe 3.
Yeah.
One of the ones you won.
Oh yeah.
Dragland.
Nah, it's a dick move to do that though. It's not that good.
Okay.
Yeah. But what was the question again?
I can't remember. It was just
Yeah.
over it, I think.
Yeah. We'll just move on from that. Yeah.
Goofy Footer of the Week. It's the awards part of the show.
Oh, the awards part of the show. Goofy Footer of the Week. We do this every week. It is an award for the person who kind of, just has goofy foot characteristics. Someone who has done really great things in the community or is just like an all-around great person. Someone who's maybe found a cure for cancer. Whatever it is, just something that's like fucking awesome. And that's what Goofy Footer of the Week is. And also we have to have the another award, which is Natural Footer of the Week, to balance it out. For every Goofy Footer, you got to have a natural footer.
Thank God we don't have as many natural footers as we do Goofy Footers. There's only, there's very few of us, and we're awesome.
What Goofy Footers?
There's way less Goofy Footers than there are natural footers.
Well, there are. But
for the awards, you want one for one.
Yeah, you want one for one. You want to balance it out. So our Goofy Footer of the Week this week, I mean, it wasn't very hard.
No.
It was it was straightforward. It was very easy. And it's none other than Kelly Slater.
And he's a natural footer.
No, he's a natural footer, but he identifies as a goofy footer.
He does identify as a
He identifies as a goofy footer. Just the way that he is. The way that he lives his life. Just the excellence that exudes out of his physical form.
He's a goofy footer, yeah.
And that's why he is one Goofy Footer of the Week. Obviously for his pipeline performance.
Yep.
I mean, it was a no-brainer, really.
No, that was easy. And we don't need to go into exactly why. It's Kelly Slater.
No.
Everyone knows how fucking primo he is.
I'm just hoping he can
Well done. He'll be
continue.
stoked.
I'm just hoping he can continue that form, and that he can find his way into Australia. Because at the moment, I think he's stuck in a little bit of a Novak Djokovic situation where he's
Novak Djokovic.
Novak Djokovic, so he can't travel to Australia because I believe he's unvaxxed. I'm not sure, but I mean there was a bit of a hoopla in the media a couple of weeks ago about Kelly Slater being unable to travel to Australia.
Yep.
But a few people have brought this up. Apparently, John Florence is sailing to Australia.
Jesus.
Yeah. So
he's just a water boy, eh?
he is. He fucking loves it. He's just a water man,
He does anything. Oh, fuck, sweet. I'll paddle there.
But he can do it.
Give
He
me a
can do
kayak.
it.
I'll come
He can
over.
do it, and he's gonna do it. And so the theory going around is that Kelly Slater's gonna hitch a ride on John Florence's boat, and then he'll just park up at the surf spots. I think at Bell's Beach.
Yep.
So they'll probably just moor up out the back of Bell's Beach. Kelly Slater will get his rash shirt taken out to him.
Yep.
Then he'll just jump off the boat, go and surf his heats, and then return back to the boat after every heat.
And is that not being in Australia?
I don't think so. Nah.
Because he's not coming on the borders.
Well,
not
if he
going on
doesn't
land.
go on land, then technically he's not really in Australia.
That's just another great thing about surfing, because old Jockadick couldn't do it because he was in the middle of the old land.
Yeah, he was on land, and that's one of the beauties about surfing is that in the middle of a pandemic, you can go and you can travel to other countries and still enjoy their waves because you don't actually have to go on land.
And as long as you have a boat and you can sail internationally like John.
Yeah, you just need like a
30-foot yacht.
60-foot catamaran,
Yeah.
worth like $2 million or
Yeah.
whatever it is, and have someone who's like an extremely experienced sailor to take you there.
A little bit of admin.
There's a little bit of admin, but it's doable. It's a possible task. So hopefully that's going to happen.
Well, it's a great award to Kelly Slater. I think you did really well to give that to him.
I think it's well deserved.
He'll be quite stoked, I'm sure.
Yep, and then obviously we've got to give away Natural Footer of the Week award.
Yeah.
And that went to, this was another no-brainer really. This was to someone who had done something pretty fucked up.
Yeah.
Something that was, almost a despicable act. Just something that you would expect from a natural footer.
Yeah.
And that's
Shame.
why we gave this award to Kelly Slater.
Kelly.
Kelly Slater.
So he's won both the awards there.
He's won both of them. And I mean, this was another no-brainer though. We had to give it to him because it was a pretty fucking dick move what he's done. Like he's 49 years old, 50 in a couple of days.
72 kilos.
72 kilograms, bald, beautiful guy. And 11 world titles, 8 pipe masters, spanning 30 years.
He's hogging it, eh?
He's just set the bar too high. And then you've got all these old, like I was saying before, you've got all these old people that think that they, can potentially achieve something with their lives, and they can't. So it's given people all this false sense of hope and thinking that they can go out and achieve something. Just because they're old, just because Kelly Slater's 50, it doesn't mean you can fucking go and do anything good just because you're like 47 or something.
And has he ruined some of the younger guys too? Because they just know that they might be good and they might win a CT or whatever, but they're never going to do what Kelly's done.
They're never going to do it. No, they're never going to do it.
11.
Who's going to get there? Who's going to get 11? Who's going to get 8 pipe masters? No one's going to do it.
Well, how many's Gabriel Medina got? 4?
He's got
CTs?
He's got 3 world titles.
Yeah.
He's one. He would be at the moment the
closest.
closest to it, but like he can't handle the jandal at the moment, which is a horrible thing to say. I don't know what he's going through, but like it's pretty fucking stressful environment. I'd imagine.
The jandal is hard to handle. I had one on and I crashed my car, so. Not going to bully him for it.
You're talking about literal, but like Gabriel Medina, he's having some time off the tour at the moment because I think he's stressed out. He's got a lot of shit going on.
Is he on the gear?
You're just not. No, he's not on the gear.
Sometimes when
he's
things
just
go quiet, you don't hear from them while they're on the gear.
Yeah, I know that's in your circles,
Oh.
but he's gone through some shit, right? And it's obviously been pretty stressful for him. And he's sitting at 3 world titles, so I'd say he would be the closest guy to him. John Florence, he's got 2 world titles, but then he's injury prone.
Yeah.
He's always injuring himself. So I mean, I don't know if anyone else can do it. So it's kind of a dick move, really. Kelly setting the bar that high. It's unrealistic for anyone else to achieve any of his goals, and to do what he's doing now at 50 years old. He's just basically shat on all the old dudes because he's giving them like false hope. It's mean.
It's going to take a whole new cycle of generation. Kelly Slater's going to have to like die, and then his thing will always be up there. But then I guess people might start feeling good about themselves again. Not because the old people. He's fucked it for me.
Yeah. It's funny too when you look at all these professional athletes like Michael Jordan. They say he's the GOAT. He's the best ever basketball player. Who have we got in tennis? Say Roger Federer, someone like that,
Yeah.
Tiger Woods, best golfer of all time. Kelly Slater, obviously, best surfer, if not best athlete of all time.
Wayne Gretzky,
jet ski. And then you look at it, and the world's been around for a long time, right?
Mm.
And these guys are at the pinnacle of these sports. But then if you look at it, if you take a step back, and you look at how long man has been around for, what? 20 million years? 20 million years?
100,000 fucking...
Yeah, couple...
18,
2,
16.
3...
When was Jesus?
What?
When was Jesus?
Oh, he was fucking million years ago, whatever it was.
0,000. And we're 2022 BC. So he would have been around for a couple... So we're probably like maybe 5,000 years old.
Humans have been around for a couple of thousand years or whatever it is. Since Jesus, he was the first man. And then, so... we haven't even been around for that long. Surfing's been around for 100 years, right? and we've got Kelly Slater, greatest of all time, 11 world titles. Who knows what happens in the future?
Oh, true.
Maybe surfing's not even a thing anymore. You know, maybe it just fizzles out.
I
Maybe
hope
we've
not.
got someone comes along and wins 20 straight. They're just like a fucking freak of nature.
He'll be on drugs. Test him.
It'd definitely be on drugs. Probably cocaine would do that.
Cocaine.
Yeah, cocaine would do that, I reckon. None of the other ones, eh?
Maybe that's the way to get there.
Barbiturates?
Barbiturates. What are they? How
Yeah,
do you take them?
I don't even know what they are. I just wanted to say that word. But yeah, who knows what's going to happen down the track? So, like, as awesome as Kelly Slater is,
He's getting that Natural Footer of the Week award.
he's getting that Natural Footer of the Week award for sure.
Well, he's wrapped both of them up, so he's had a big week, man.
It's fitting too because he is a natural footer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sadly. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, that's the one kind of knock that you'd give to him, really.
And that also he's got two brothers, Sean and Stephen, and
He got some real stats on him.
they must feel a little bit stink. They're not even like we haven't even heard of them.
Well, I guess a lot of people have heard of them, but yeah.
Sean Slater.
I mean, have you heard of my brothers?
Yeah.
Yep, Matt and Kurt.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh,
Your
you have?
sister? Yeah, and your sister,
Oh,
your father, your mother. Never met them. Met your brother.
yeah. But so, like, but what are you saying about Kelly Slater and his brothers?
Well, just that I don't really know. I was just saying it's another dick move because he's just outshone them all, I guess.
Yeah, but they might have achieved different things you
They
don't know
haven't
about.
achieved anything near him.
You reckon?
No way.
Well, no, of course they haven't achieved anything near him.
Even in other
No,
fields.
again, we're talking about like he's a fucking anomaly,
Yeah.
right? He's a freak.
Yeah, I guess I was just feeling sorry for Sean and Stephen.
If my brother was like Kelly Slater, I would just be like, "Whoa, fuck! I'm not competing with that." How could you compete with that?
No, you couldn't. You're just living a life of jealousy.
Yeah, yeah, it'd be pretty fucking tough.
Anyway.
You never really think of the siblings of professional athletes, eh?
Well, not ones like that.
Nah.
Like, you think of, like, All Blacks and stuff. Like, it's cool. Brothers and All Blacks. It's pretty amazing. But when your brother's like Kelly Slater.
Yeah,
Like
when
a
they're
whole
like
different-
on the
the-
upper level.
The best athlete in any sport.
Yeah. When they're the upper echelon.
Okay. Well, you've covered everything in your agenda, man. It was a men's health episode. How probably a 4 out of 10?
I feel like the men's health side of thing kind of went the way of you wearing jandals in your car. Like it just kind of, it slowly sort of just crashed.
Yeah,
you know,
my mental health's got a little bit worse over this last hour.
I'd almost say mine has fucking plummeted. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so we'll maybe think about some of the things we said and see if we can bring it back up for next time.
Yeah, I think we've got a lot of room to improve. You've definitely got a lot of room to improve on your driving. We've established that. And our physical health. I feel like we did nothing.
No, we settled on
basically.
a couple of main points. Just clean hygiene. On
Hygiene.
physical health, just worry about being clean.
Yeah,
It's a good place to
just
start.
stay clean. Stay clean as a start.
Wash your backside, brush your teeth.
Oh God. I
better
wonder
go.
how many calories in this coffee. Yeah, we should get the fuck out of
My
here.
daughter's yelling at me. I haven't gone inside that door in an hour. Do you reckon she'll be alright? I just gave her a sandwich and get some Lego.
I don't know, bro. I'm not a dad. It's not for me to fucking worry about.
I better go check her out. Thanks
Right.
for listening, everybody.
Thanks for listening.
Go play some sport. Go surfing.